Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's Patty Stash coming at you. I have an announcement to make. And that announcement is everybody's exiting the markets because everybody's following the historical 4-year pattern that we're so accustomed to. It's different this time. Yes, the market might pull back. Ethereum could pull back a bit more, which I think it's going to do. I think Bitcoin's going to do the same. But do not, for one moment, expect a 70% pullback like we've seen in previous market cycles, where in 2017, Bitcoin went from $1,000 all the way up to $19,000. And then from $19,000, it pulled back to $3,500. Huge pullback. And then it went from $3,500 to $69,000, only to pull back to $1,550. That's not going to happen anymore. I know everybody's thinking it could happen, will happen, but it's not. Logically, if you have any understanding of anything as far as economics, markets go, you'll realize anybody posting that shit is farming for engagement in the woe is me shit that people do. Like, oh, I'm quitting crypto. I'm quitting crypto. Like, I hate this fucking trend. It's the dumbest shit ever. It's a bunch of pussies that just, I don't know, man. Like, what happened to the world? Like, what happened to, like, men being men and standing on their word? Everybody's turned into these cowards. Oh, I'm exiting crypto markets. Oh, I'm so scared. Anyway, this video is just complete ridiculousness. But what I wanted to say is check my Twitter, because I posted a 40-second clip of a discussion about Jamie Dimon and how in 2017, Jamie Dimon basically put out a message to the world. And he said, Bitcoin's a fraud. If any of my companies is caught trading Bitcoin, they're going to get fired, blah, 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 blah. And then Bitcoin imploded. This is back to like $3,000, $3,500 back in the day, 2017. And then what happened? JP Morgan bought something like $400 million worth of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies right after that happened. So it's the textbook, hey, look at my hand here, and this one's fucking, it's punching the fucking, hitting you in the gut while your attention's over here. That scenario is exactly what is happening on a much larger scale. Everyone around the world, well, okay, I shouldn't say everyone. Retail are the dummies. Retail are the people that are making these posts saying, I'm a man, but I have a vagina. Here's my post, bitching and moaning like a little child. A man baby. Men are not men. They're fucking man babies now. And it's like, anyway, whatever. I can't even talk about it because, like, you're not allowed to talk about it because it's become like this new normal thing. Don't even get me started with fucking men who put on a dress and say they're a woman. Oh, God. I hope my channel doesn't get banned. I hope I don't get... Anyway, nobody watches this shit. So I just fucking talk to myself like a dumbass in my car. But I don't care. Because I'll tell you what, I know who does watch my shit is anti-influence. And I know this because he's always posting my shit saying that people don't watch my shit. Obviously, he's well aware of what I'm doing because he's a fucking dingleberry on my asshole, near my asshole, that is constantly just clinging there. And he's like, what's Patty doing today? Let me try to find out. So the topic of today's discussion initially started off with, if you exit the market, fine. But anticipate getting back in the market way fucking sooner than you could have ever imagined, because the simple logic that I talk about all the time, but I realize it's what I say, here's something funny. What I say is so fucking far advanced compared to everybody else. They don't even get it. I realize people don't even get what I say because I am like, my IQ is like 400 and everything that I say is fucking 50 steps ahead, where 99% of the dummies in crypto, they don't even know like the difference between like a logarithmic and a linear chart. Like that's the shit that I'm fucking realizing. I've known it for a while, but I refuse to fucking drop down to that level. And I'm waiting for people to actually try to educate themselves enough to fucking understand what I say. And I realize I sound like an asshole right now. I'm totally fucking around, but I am fucking dead serious when I'll say things and I'm fucking already 10 steps ahead in my mindset, not realizing everybody else is still in that first step. So I've made predictions in the past and people go, how does Patty know? This is how I fucking know. Because I have a broad understanding of a bunch of different shit and I'm able to take all that information and pile it together and come up with some sort of conclusion, so to speak. All right, 6.5 minutes. So what I'm basically saying is the 4-year cycle is gone. Institutions and, private equity firms, these big fucking corporations, companies that are worth billions and trillions of dollars have completely changed what is going to happen in the future of crypto and Bitcoin. It's becoming adopted by everybody around the world. The supply that normally gets dumped by retail and then just dumps the market is no longer dumping the market like we've witnessed in the past. Instead, you're going to see a pullback like a stock market pullback where it's not 70%. It could be, 30%. And what's going to happen is as retail continues to sell, as retail continues to, I'm cashing out, I'm done with crypto, my vagina. As they're all doing that, institutions, no emotion, no fucking emotion, no bias towards anything, are just going, thank you, I'll buy that, 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 I'll buy that. And all of a sudden, all the retail sold. The price only pulled back a certain amount because what's happening is all that, those institutions are going, like, give me that, give me that, give me that. They're gobbling it up. And after they gobble it up, all of a sudden there's none left. And then they go, all right, everybody, all these little retail pussies are fucking done. They're all out of the market. They're all saying the fucking world is ending. And then once there's no supply left, because the institutions gobbled it all, they go, now we're going to buy a little bit and start pushing it up. And what happens is all the retail's going, what the fuck? I'm expecting a pullback, and it's not pulling back because they're not using their brain. And then all of a sudden institutions go, all right, now that we own all the fucking supply to these different cryptocurrencies, or way more than we did previously, now we're going to start to push it up. And what happens is on the macro chart, a little breakout occurs, which then triggers another breakout, which triggers another breakout, which then all of a sudden has the retail pussies' minds thinking, and they're going, oh my God, this didn't pull back 70% like it did in the past because I'm a dumbass and I never can think about anything that makes logical sense. And now all of a sudden, Bitcoin, or let's just say Ethereum, is over $5,000 and all the retail's out. And now all of a sudden, for fucking 2 years, retail goes, oh shit, it just made it. So Ethereum will do what BNB did on its macro chart. It'll do the same thing gold did. Go back 10 years and look where gold was. And like 10 years ago, gold was at like $2,000. And then 10 years later, it hit that same thing and then it broke it. And now it's shot up to over 4,000. So that's going to happen with Ethereum. And it's going to happen because all the retail pussies have sold. And then the institutions bought all of it up. Then the institutions, because they have no bias, they have penises, not vaginas. They don't have the emotion that all these retail vaginas do. pushing the price up back over 5,000 all of a sudden, and everybody starts going, oh my God, what do I do? I sold everything. And then what happens is institutions go, we're going to push it to 6. Then it gets to 6, and then retail goes, holy shit, look at this fucking weekly chart, this monthly chart. This thing's going to 15,000. And then they start to buy. And then retail's buying. Price goes up, Ethereum breaks out, everybody around the world starts to rejoice, and they start going, get back in crypto. And as they're doing that, Ethereum's now at $14,000, $15,000, and they're going, now we're going to do it. And that's when institutions were like, you fucking dumbasses. You did exactly what we knew you were going to do because we're smarter than you, and you all have male vaginas. I'm going to keep talking about that. So, boom, Ethereum's now 15,000. Retail's going, all right, we're back in the market. But during that whole fucking time, institutions were going, getting it out, getting rid of it. So they manipulated the market into making it look like everything was bad, which kind of is the truth. But in reality, because of the dynamic behind everything, it wasn't really bad. It just appeared as bad. So the institutions are going to basically do what Jamie Dimon did. And they're going to be like, yo, look at this right here. And they're going to be, actually, it's with this hand. Fucking hit me in the fucking, so it's like that, all right? Hopefully my antics and my mannerisms made sense. Hopefully, it's almost 12 minutes in. If anybody's still listening to this, give me a fucking thumbs up in my comments so I can know about it. And do me a favor, share this bitch. Because I'm going to keep making fucking content, even if nobody watches it. Because I like to do it. I do think that some people might get something from it. But I really hope that people listen to what I say and understand why I say it. It's not like I'm just going, buy this coin, buy this coin, buy this coin. And then a week later, I dump. And then I go, hey, new one, buy this one. Like all the fucking biggest influencers in crypto do. And it's just like, again, I'm saying shit. None of those dumb influencers would ever understand it because they're not smart enough. But they're good at marketing themselves in a way so that they'll do a promotion for a token. They get a bunch of tokens themselves. They go, buy this. It's the best. It's the best. And everybody, their followers, like, oh, shit, Jake Gagain's talking about a new token. And then all of a sudden they buy it. And then all of a sudden, 2 weeks later, Jake Gagain stops talking about it. And they're all like, yo, man, what's up with that token? And then he goes, yo, I got another one. And they're like, ah, fuck. And they sell the last one for a fucking huge loss. Then they buy the new one that's already running. And then like 2 weeks later, Jake Gagain stops talking about it. And they're like, yo, Jake Gagain, where is the fucking post? Like, where? And then he's like, yo, I got another one. So by him doing that, he's constantly remaining relevant and active in the market, but he's fucking everybody over, and he has publicly fucking stated that he doesn't give a shit about it. On a Twitter Spaces, I told everybody this story. On a Twitter Spaces, Jake's talking about projects, I'm talking about projects. It was a panel of like a bunch of us. I haven't been on a fucking Spaces in forever, because if I did, I think I would just do nothing but attack people in a strategic diplomatic fashion so that they get flustered and then they boot me off. Maybe I should fucking start doing that, being like, I could go on every single Spaces and tell the truth about these people so that they don't know what to do except kick me off, which happens. It's happened to me a few times. And yes, what I say is the truth, but as people say, the truth hurts, and it's a hard pill to swallow. So, Jake Gagain, I feel like I'm Liver King right now talking about Joe Rogan. Remember how I kept going, Joe Rogan, and now he's saying Seth Rogen. So yeah, Jake Gagain is a fucking tool. Men now have vaginas. If you are a man and you put on a dress, it doesn't make you a woman. And if anybody has problems with what I say, let's talk about it. So remember, it's 15 minutes now. Give me a thumbs up. Jake Gagain is a vagina. And I hope that after this shit with what they did with this kitty token, him, Bitlord, that Win fucking retard, who's a fucking retard. But again, these guys are great at marketing themselves. If I ever fucking was a piece of shit, I would do the same thing that they do. Anyway, I wish the fucking energy that I have when I make these at the end is as good as it is at the beginning. So what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to see if I can find somebody who could chop this video up into shorts and then release it. Give me a thumbs up, share it, like and subscribe, hit the bell.